Hey y'all, welcome to the Fill-In Station. It's a new day, another opportunity to either make money in this market or to just learn from the market. But first, let me give my disclaimer. I am not a financial advisor. I just enjoy teaching people how to build generational wealth. And yes, the stock market is just one of those avenues. So this video is for educational purposes only. But if you could please like, share, subscribe, y'all. We learn and we grow together. With that being said, let's get started. So we are looking at AMD. We closed at 250.05, and as you can see, support is here around the 238.72, resistance possibly here at the 243.91. So this will be the kind of like the zone that we have been trading in for AMD. So I'd say where are the trouble places? We need to get back above that 243.91. As you can see, we've had trouble there, really close to that 50 EMAs for those that use the moving averages. So that 244.36 will kind of be another area of resistance for us. However, breaking that, the next level of resistance is around that ATR trail and stop 247.39. If we should break that area, 249.42, and breaking that level for AMD today, possibly 252.55. And if we break that 252.55 area, we could possibly have trouble 253.42 and 253.94, not very far away. However, back to the downside, and this market can go in either direction, right? So back to the downside, under 241.17, have 240.20 and breaking that 239.17, 238.72, which was here, price gathered here, right? So breaking that brings us back to around 237.75 and breaking that 236.49. Should we break that 235.62 and breaking that 235.62 area, which is here, right? We could very well come back to this 234.81 or the 234.04. One of the things I wanted to point out with AMD today, again on this 30-minute chart, just I find these moments interesting, right? So that green hammer here gave us a signal back to the upside. We bounced off of support only to go back up and get rejected at a level we kind of knew that we could possibly have trouble, right? So looking for those reversal candles and making sure that we have other confirmation as to what's going on with that, at that time. So I wanted to point that out. So again, if you trade AMD, again, this is not financial advice. If that AMD is something that you trade, I say it often, y'all, market levels. Once it goes against your why or the reason that you got in the trade, get out, live to trade another day, okay, right? We are looking at Meta. We closed at 627.32, and y'all can see it we've been kind of like trading sideways, or as I like to say, in that gathering spot. As of right now, we can say our support, I do that often, we can say our support is around this area here of 626.18, resistance here at 630.17. That will be the zone that Meta is trading in as of right now. So we need to get back above that 630.17. Should we break that 631.20, which is our ATR trailing stop, in my opinion, that's strong resistance, not financial advice. Breaking that level 632.74, should we break that 633.80 and breaking that 635.49, should we break that 637.38? Y'all see we tried to come up here, we broke past that just a little bit, right? So breaking that, we could possibly have trouble again, 639.05, and breaking that level 640.42, 641.47, 642.60. Those are possible areas of resistance for Meta. Now, let's look back to the downside. Say, for instance, we break under this level here, 628.18. We have 625.18, which is here. Price has been gathering in this area here. So breaking that brings us back to around, let's say, this area of 624.71. Should we break that 624.71 area, somewhere around this area of 622.08 and breaking that 620.72, 619.56, 617.71. Those are possible areas of support and resistance for Meta. Now breaking that 617 area, 617.71 area, we could very well come back to 614.55. Again, those are support and resistance areas for Meta. We do have a few inside day candles, BTU being one of those, being if we should break above this level of $29.52 upside target for BTU today, $30.34. Now to the downside, under $27.79, we have a downside target, $27.51, and let's go see how much BTU normally moves, $1.75 per day. So if that's something that you trade, I say trade carefully. Carvana is also an inside day candle for today. Let's say if we break back above this level of 326.62, upside targets 334.60, to the downside under 309.45, downside target 302.07. Let's go see how much Carvana normally moves, $24.36 per day. Again, that could be in either direction for Carvana. And I say in either direction, right? So let's go and see. Again, Carvana is next. It is an inside day candle. Let's go and see another inside day candle is JNJ. And I do apologize for stumbling over my words there for a minute. It seemed like yes. Okay. JNJ is an inside day candle for today. And if we should break above 187.87, upside target 189.11, to the downside under 185.54, downside target 185.46. So JNJ is an inside day candle. And let's see how much we normally move per day, $2.46. J&J moves $2.46. That could be in either direction, y'all. And again, I do apologize for that mix up just a minute ago. So J&J is an inside day candle. Let's go look at NVIDIA today just to see where we are. We closed at 198.69. Support as of right now is around the 195.95, resistance around the 198.03. Breaking that level, we could possibly, I'm going to mark that. Why? Because something held us up in that area here. 198.89. Should we break that for NVIDIA today? 199.95, and breaking that, y'all see that 200 EMA is right there at the 201.48 area. I have 201.48. It has 201.49 for that 200 EMA. I love to see that. Breaking that, 201.95, 202.40, 203.49, 204.38, and breaking that 205.38. Breaking that level, 205.91, and again at 206.87. Those are possible areas of resistance for NVIDIA. Now to the downside, under 195.95. Under that, we could possibly come back to 194.50. Under that level, 193.68. Y'all see there's a few layers of support here. That ATR trailing stop being one of those. 193.30. Breaking that level, 192.95, 192.20. Should we break the 192.20 area for NVIDIA today? I have 191. Did I say 131? 191 here. We could very well find support 191.30, and then breaking that level 190.44, breaking that for NVIDIA today 190.06. So those are possible areas of support and resistance for NVIDIA today. Now let's look at the SPY. Yes, we close at 675.24. We come down off of this area. Y'all see we kind of knew we could possibly 670.66. We bounced from there, but y'all see that 50 EMA ATR trailing stop and a level here that we have. Very well could find trouble in this area here. So let's say we break above the 675.65. We could possibly have trouble 676.68. 678 and breaking the 678. 678.47, breaking that level 679.41, breaking that level 679.95, 680.37, and again at 681.35, breaking that 681.35, 682.12. Those are possible areas of resistance for the SPY today. Back to the downside, let's say we break under the 673.61. We could very well come back to 673 and find support. I'm going to see if I can make that 673. If we break under that 673 area for the SPY, which is right here, we could possibly come back to the 672.66 and breaking that around the 672.22, 671.86, 671.48, 671.23, and again here at 670.66, breaking that 670.35. And should we break that level, 669.85, those are possible areas of support and resistance for the SPY today. Again, not financial advice. And we are now looking at Tesla, and I say it so often, y'all. Tesla does what Tesla does. We closed at 444.26, and it seems as if we have come down and found support here off of this area. We kind of knew we could possibly have trouble. 432.62. We made a low here on yesterday or last night or overnight trading or wherever it came from of this to 430.53. However, that 432.62 is important because we have a double bottom here back to the upside. Not only did Tesla break through a few layers of support, one being that 440 and then that 428, or really close to that 428, we broke through that 440.41 area and bounced back, through that. So that's important in my opinion. Again, not financial advice. Where are the trouble places for Tesla as of now? We would need to get back above that 449.88. We could possibly again have trouble 451.60. Again, there's a few layers here to 452.65. That 200 EMA 452.91, breaking that 453.30, 455.02, 455.01. breaking that 456.93, 457.97, breaking that 459.07, 459.86, and should we break that 461.13, it will not surprise me to see us back in this area for Tesla. Again, not financial advice, especially if we break the 452 area. Back to the downside, let's say we break under this level, 454.84, we could possibly come back again to 445, and breaking that level, 444.35, and should we break that, 443.77, again here at 443.13, breaking that, 442.29, 441.28, 440.41, and breaking that, 439.27, breaking that, 438.21, 437.71, 436.99, 436.19, 434.54, and again here at 433.50. Those are possible areas of support and resistance for Tesla. I say Tesla does what Tesla does, y'all. So if Tesla is something that you trade today, just mark your levels once it goes against your why or whatever reason that you got into the trade, making sure that you have a reason before entering the trade. Make sure you have the discipline to get out. So this is what I see when I look at the market, and I say it often, y'all. There's so many different ways to trade the market, and what's challenging is trying to figure out the strategy that works best for you and for you to have the discipline to execute your plan, right? So I hope that everyone have a very profitable and a very productive day today. Again, if you could please like, share, subscribe, y'all. We learn and we grow together. Until next time, be blessed as well as a blessing unto others.